All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I begin, I want to give all praises going on to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushua, Ba'asham, Rakah, Chodash, the bonds of the apostles, the bonds of the elders, the great millstone, who well tells the truth. Much respect to you brothers out there, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. Salakia, throughout the four corners of earth, Tabernacle David, Hope Elect, Speckled Bird, shalom, shalom, shalom. So one of my family members actually sent me this video right here. It said, pretty much, hey, when you get the chance, check it out. And this is one of those videos where you have to chew the meat and spit out the bones, right? This particular individual that is speaking is apparently a Gadite, right? And this word has gone out through the four corners of the earth, right? But yet Jake still has hope in Babylon the Great, right? They can see all, especially Gad and Reuben, not just Gad, the whole tribes, man. All of the tribes, man, has gotten jacked up by Esau Edom. Some shape, form, or another has gotten jacked up by Esau Edom, has felt and drunk of the atrocities from Esau Edom's wickedness, man. From all the nations too, but especially Esau Edom. But yet you still have an inkling of hope within this kingdom. Like things is going to get better. Like hopefully things is going to get better. Let me do this so things can get better. And that's why the water Yahweh Bashim Yahshua for this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, we're able to see what's over the horizon, man. Right? We're looking forward to the kingdom of heaven. We're not looking forward to the next Holy Roman Empire, man. Like a lot of Jakes think, and we got next. Yeah, we got next. But this kingdom got to be destroyed first, man. You got a lot of simpletons, a lot of simple Jakes out there. It's like, what do you mean you want America, Babylon the Great, to be destroyed? What's going to happen to you? Hey, Yahweh desire we of those men, we going to be good, right? If you die for this truth, you still going to be good. You get beamed up regardless, right? You live to the end, you're going to get beamed up regardless, man, right? So regardless, it's going to be good, man. Slaki, I'm going to go ahead and get the scripture real quick in Psalms 118 and verse 8. It is better to trust in the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua than to put confidence in men, right? And I'm bringing out this scripture because they have put confidence in this kingdom, some shape, form, or another, that things is going to get better. Once again, you'll hear this Gadite appear to be Gadite speak, and you can see all the atrocities that Esau Edom has done to our people. But you still got hope in this place, man. All right, let's go ahead and play this video.
Obama was talking about the need in our nation for a new politics. And he said,
we the people.
Once again, Salagi,
our Constitution
chew the meat and spit out the bones, but us as the prophets, we're here to break down, videos like this, break down, pretty much everything in a spiritual manner and give you understanding. Salaki.
Begins with those three simple words. Words we've come to recognize mean all the people, not just some.
Now, when I heard that as a native man, I had to stop and ask when. I've read our founding documents, I've studied our history, and I had to question, when did we decide as a nation that we the people actually means all the people? Literally 30 lines below the statement, all men are created equal, the Declaration of Independence refers to natives as merciless Indian savages, making it very clear the only reason our founding fathers used this inclusive term, all men, because they had a very narrow definition of who was actually human. Now, a few years later, our founding fathers wrote another document. They started this one with the words, we the people of the United States. This, of course, is the preamble to the Constitution. However, if you read just a few lines later, down to Article 1, Section 2, section of the Constitution that defines who is and who is not covered by this Constitution, The first thing you will note is it never mentions women. Second, it specifically excludes natives. And third, it counts Africans as 3/5 of a
Right.
person.
So this is the way of Esau, Edom, man. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? They count you as an animal. Practically, they count you as nothing. That's why when you go forth in front of their court systems, right, an Edomite will do the same crime as a Jake, and the Edomite will get off scot-free or, just a slap on the wrist. And Jake is in there for years, right? And what we're seeing now with them, with their draconian laws, they can pretty much do anything, man. They pretty much done with Jake. As Elder Malcolm has said the other day in one of his lessons, a lot of these inventions, the majority of these inventions were created by Jakes, right? Everything that has made your life convenient was created by a Jake, right? Now all these things are created. Now you're just done with this, man. We're seeing clear as day who is the devil that the Bible speaks of. This man has a perpetual hatred towards you, right? This is how he repays you. Once again, in the Constitution, as this Gadite is reading about, it's talking about, right? It's going all according to plan. I'm getting ahead of myself in the video. Is working according to plan. Yeah, this place ain't for you, man. This place was built by you, but it's not for you, right? It's built by you, but it's not for you. You don't get to reap the benefits. Yeah, some Jakes may be able to be put into a high pedestal, but that's to pacify our people, right? Because they just got a longer leash. They truly can't help out you other Jakes, help out the community. So you got this one Jake that's creating gasoline from plastics. Just the other day, he's talking about how they watching him, man. They may have put a hit out on him. You see? Because this man loves blood. Oh, you messing with my MO. You messing with my money. I can't have that. That's why you notice with a lot of Jakes or just people in general, they'll have these cars that run off water, right? Water is pretty much in abundance, right? Esau Edom has the technology, the power to have cars run on clean fuel like water, right? And you notice when they try to patent it, they end up missing, they end up dead, right? So this is a wicked ass kingdom. Let me get to scripture real quick. Jeremiah 17 and verse 5, thus saith Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, whose heart departed from the Lord. All right, you trust in man, you trust in this kingdom. You have an inkling of hope that things is going to get better for you. Salakia, but what the Lord has been showing you over and over, things are not going to get better. Things are getting worse. Things are getting worse. We're seeing these draconian laws being passed right before our very eyes. Right, verse 6, for he shall be like the heath in the desert, and shall not see when the good cometh, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, and the salt land shall not be inhabited. You're going to be parched. You're going to be dried up. You're going to be destroyed. You're not going to have protection, right? Once again, Jake will do videos like this, see all the atrocities, see all the wickedness of Esau, Edom, and still have hope in this place, man. Our hope is in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Our hope is to get to the kingdom, man. Right? We're not trying to have our 40 acres and a mule over here in Babylon the Great when it's destined to be destroyed. Right? Blessed is the man that trusted in the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, whose hope the Lord is. You see? You trust in the Lord and your hope is in the Lord. What's going to happen for you? Yahweh Ratazah, you of the elect. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters and spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when the heat cometh, but her leaf shall be green and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. You see that? Shall not be careful in the year of drought, man. Because normally in a drought, what's happening, man? You're trying to save up everything that you can. You know, you're watching what you're drinking, watching what you're eating, but in trauma drought, you're eating good, right? And you still yielding fruit. That's going to be the elect in the times that we're coming into, right? Let's go ahead and get some more on this.
So who's left? Well, white landowning men is who could vote. Now we have to ponder this for a moment. The reason our Constitution was written, the purpose of our Constitution is to protect the interests of white landowning men. So today we act shocked that women earn 70 cents to the dollar. This shouldn't shock us. Our Constitution's working. We act surprised that our
as he'll lay out, these atrocities shouldn't shock us, man. It's the way that it's been laid out. Matter of fact, it's the way that the Lord laid it out. The Lord said the Lord will bring these other nations over us, right? That we would be the tail and not the head, right? That we will be the borrowers and not the lenders, right?
Prisons are filled with people of color. This shouldn't surprise us. Our Constitution's working. We act outraged that in 2010, the Supreme Court sided with Citizens United and rules that corporations now have the same rights to political free speech as individuals. This is what opens the door for super PACs, unlimited contributions to candidates. This shouldn't surprise us. The Constitution's doing...
Right? Here's a stack right here. All right, go make this in the law, right? Have unrighteous decrees passed upon the people. This man even is not even righteous unto his own people, right?
Exactly what it was designed to do, is protecting the interests of white landowning men. So this makes our Constitution a systemically white supremacist and sexist document that assumes the white landowning male has the authority to decide who is and who is not human.
Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, right? Just roughly paraphrasing the scriptures, right? He gets to decide who is a human and who is not. That's why he's treating Jacob horribly. And also, the top elites know we got next, so he ain't going to play fair. And if I'm not mistaken, people are bringing out videos. Elder Malcolm did one the other day. I saw one on TikTok too, right? How they're deporting our brothers and sisters, right? Northern Kingdom. Right now, they're going to get to Southern Kingdom next, which they're already in the process. Matter of fact, you had this Benjamite, if I'm not mistaken, Benjamite or Levite, who fought in the military. Check this. He fought in the military. He was in the military and he gets deported. And if I'm not mistaken, he's like, man, you might as well kill me. But the elect say, hey, Yahweh, we of those men, we're going to endure whatever the Lord has in store for us, right? That's for the elect's sake. Oh, that's dope. All right, for the elect's sake, we're going to endure whatever we have to endure, right? Let me get the scripture real quick. Matthew 6 and verse 33. But seek ye first the kingdom of power and its righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you, right? Seek the kingdom first. Have your eyes on the prize. Don't have your eyes upon this kingdom once again to have your 40 acres and a mule and your whole blessing here in Babylon the Great, as the Gadite is going to get into.
See, we would rather believe that the United States of America is racist and sexist and white supremacist in spite of our foundation. But the truth is we are white supremacist, racist, and sexist as a nation because of our foundations, and we don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, and they try to hide in history that they haven't done it. None of this, man. Right? You got Edomites today saying we stole everything fair and square. Right? You did all this wickedness upon Jake, right? All this wickedness upon Jake. And even the other nation, the whole planet within itself, man. Micah 2:1, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands, right? It's in the power of their hands. They can do righteous things. But the soul that is lifted up in him is not upright. So he wants to go off. He can't help but to go off. He can't help but to have wickedness to persist within this earth, man. Right? Oh,
Erasmus. And he says where common memory is lacking, where people do not share in the same past, there can be no real community. If you want to build community, he says you have to start by creating a common memory. I think this quote is brilliant, and it gets to the heart of our nation's problem with race, which is we don't have a common memory. We have a white majority that remembers a history, a mythological history of discovery, expansion, exceptionalism, and opportunities. And we have communities of color that have the lived experience of stolen lands, broken treaties, slavery, Jim Crow laws, segregation, boarding schools, ethnic cleansing, genocide, internment camps, mass incarceration, and families separated at our borders.
yeah, you see all this wickedness that this man has done, and they trying to wipe it under the rug. You know, that white fragility. You know, they're tired of hearing the wickedness that they have done upon Jake, man. So now it's like, you know what? We're tired of having this white fragility. Let's just get them all out of here. All right? Let's just get them all out of here. Yeah, you was born here. Notice they only going after Jake. For the most part, they only going after Jake. They're only deporting Jake, right? Dropping them off in the middle of the sea, right? If I'm not mistaken, from some of the videos that I see, dropping Jake off in the middle of the sea. You know how wicked that is? You know how horrible that is? You spending all this money to deport these people, flying them on these planes, just wasting money because you love death. Matter of fact, I quoted the scripture earlier, Habakkuk 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith, right? The just shall live by, we're going to live by faith. We're going to have faith that Yahweh desire we of those men, we're going to endure to the end and see the downfall of this wicked man, because it's got to come. Why would you want to have hope in this land when once again, this man is deporting people, flying them off to planes and dropping them in the middle of the sea? That is wicked as hell. That is wicked as hell. As the scriptures say, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. He's not an upright man. He's a lump of clay that's made to dishonor the Lord. He is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and he must be put into chains.
We have no common memory, and I think we all can agree that community on a national level is absolutely in the pits. I'm proposing that the United States of America needs a national dialogue on race, gender, and class.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We already seen it transpire right before our very eyes. They don't care about you, Jake. They got what they needed from you, and now you out of here. It's not going to happen. What we need is a cleansing of the Edomites. And that's going to start with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It's going to start when the Lord sends his son, Yahushua, a host of angels. This man's going to be taken into chains. That's your redemption.
A conversation on par with the Truth and Reconciliation Commissions that took place in South Africa, in Rwanda, and in Canada. If we can acknowledge the vile racism, sexism, colonialism, and white supremacy that our founding fathers embedded deep into our foundations, we might just be able to leave a different legacy for our children's, grandchildren's, grandchildren's, grandchildren. A legacy that for the first time, we the people might actually mean all the people.
And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That's having hope in Babylon the Great. That's having hope that, oh man, all man is made equal. No, the scriptures say you above these people. Esau, Edom knows that. We above them on all aspects, spiritually, physically, mentally, on all aspects. Why would you want to be equal to a devil? Why would you want to hold hands with the devil? The scriptures speak about holding hands with him. You're going to be thrust through. So our hope is not in Babylon the Great. Our hope is in the kingdom. Let me get this right here. Habakkuk 2 and verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I'm reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon table, that he may run that readeth. Right? You get this correction. Right? The Lord builds you up through the Spirit. Right? All right. For the vision is yet for the appointed time. Right? Everything ain't going to happen in when you want it. Everything happens in the Lord's time. Right? But the elect have the eyes to see and the eyes to know. Hey, we in those times, man. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Well, yeah, it seems like it's taking a little minute. But when it happens, it's going to happen, man. We seen these things speed up. Matter of fact, the earth is supposed to speed up. The days literally are going to speed up. Literally. Hey, I can only imagine how crazy that's going to feel, but as also a faith booster. That's also a faith booster to realize and understand we are truly in these last days, right? I'm gonna get this last scripture. Last scriptures, I should say. Isaiah 1 and verse 21. How is the faithful city become a harlot? It is full of judgment, righteousness lodged in it, but now murderers, right? Because Jake went off. Jake wanted to do his own thing. Jake wanted to follow the ways of the heathens, right? Thy silver is become dross, thy wine is mixed with water, right? It's not clean, it's not blinging. The wine tastes all nasty, is washed out. Like it's ain't no good, young, right? Now princes are rebellious, companions are of thieves. Everyone loveth gifts and follow after rewards, right? They're not following after truth. They have no integrity. Thy judge, not the fatherless, neither does they cause the widow to come unto them. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, the Lord of hosts, the mighty one of Israel, I will erase me of my adversaries and avenge me of my enemies. Right? 2/3 of Jacob is going to get jacked up. Esau, Edom is going to get jacked up. Right? I will turn my hand unto thee and purely purge away thy dross and take away thy tin. That's what's going to happen in the kingdom of heaven when we get those new bodies. That dross is going to be purged away. We're going to have those new bodies, right? The 2/3, they're going to be burnt up. They're going to be destroyed because you have hope in this kingdom. When you see all these atrocities, all this wickedness upon our people, right? But you're not in this truth. You're going to be destroyed, man. I will restore thy judges as at the first, and the counselors as at the beginning. Afterwards, thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city. That's when we're going to have rest. That's when we're going to have peace. That's when we're going to be able to enjoy our great grandchildren, man. Right? Not having hope that you're going to see. Hey, best believe it. If you're in this truth, you don't want to see great grandchildren here in this kingdom. You want to see them in the kingdom of heaven, man. That's where you want to see them, because that's ultimate peace. That's ultimate rest, man. But yeah, it's just a little quick hit. Yahweh desires to edify and listen. We give our praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashum, Yahusha, Bashum, Rakah, Kodash, the monster apostles, the monster elders, the great millstone well, and taught us his truth, and Abad Babal Shalom.